Hello and welcome. This is Rooflemonger, and my friends, in today's video, what I want to talk about is a thing that is trending upwards and doing a lot better in fighting games, and that is communication from the developers. Now, I know it's kind of weird to be praising that because it should be the gold standard at all times, but it isn't, frankly. It's only starting to get better, but getting better it has been. Now, if you come from other genres, the developers communicating with the community all the time what's going on, well, that's the standard, but we're only finally kind of getting there now. But better late than never, right? So let's talk about it. And this is sort of two sides of one coin, because the people who've traditionally been bad at communication are now getting a lot better, and the people who used to be the gold standard are now just completely radio dark and not talking to anybody anymore. So let's talk about the two big success stories here, Capcom and Arcsys Works. So Capcom, ever since the Street Fighter V summer update, which was last year, they have been doing so much better at just, well, everything. I'm not even just talking about communication, like even Street Fighter V with the Champion Edition, Street Fighter V has also been turning around pretty nicely. But with the summer update, and they've done the winter update, we just recently had a spring update as well, they've been just talking about everything, where the state of the game is, what's coming up, here's some new characters, here's some nice breakdown of the characters, going very well above and beyond simply, here's a new character, run the trailer, please buy it, right? Because that's how it used to be. That was kind of how the whole fighting game industry worked, honestly, for a very long time. And still, yeah, they're gonna run the trailer and they want you to buy it, but at least there's a lot more surrounding it. To me, it just inspires a lot more confidence in Street Fighter V in general, knowing it's under competent leadership. They are confident in what they're doing enough to show you everything that's going on. And it shows, because once again here, Street Fighter V Champion Edition is in such a better state than Street Fighter V of even a few years ago. And honestly, with this new direction they are taking, it gives me so much more confident for whatever Street Fighter VI is going to be. So Capcom, loud, clear, confident, they know what they're doing, and they're very happy to show you it. Rewind a few years ago, the best we could hope for was like a blog post on Capcom Unity, the website, right? So this is a clear, stark change in direction, and I am very happy for it. So Capcom, doing great. What about Arcsys Works? If you wanted to rewind the clock a few years, I would have said Arcsys Works of all the Japanese fighting game developers was probably the most pig-headed and stubborn of all of them. And man, has that ever turned around. Like for our new upcoming golden age of fighting games, check the video linked at the end of this one, Arcsys Works is leading the charge. They are front and center of all of it. When it comes to communication with the community and taking advice and feedback from the players, Arcsys Works is now kind of the standard. Because frankly, they're busting ass, they're going above and beyond, they're making it work. It's not the usual echo chamber where we all scream into the void and whatever game they want to put out is going to get put out anyways. They are actively listening and they're trying to make Strive the best game it can be. Like, they run these segments called the Developer's Backyard, where they just dump out everything. Either they're doing active Q&A with the community, like, put in whatever question you want to put in, we'll answer to our best of our ability, and what our decisions behind XYZ are, or like this recent one here, here's everything about the beta, here's all the stats you need to know, here's where our thoughts lie, we are changing certain things, and certain things we want it to be that way, so maybe we'll tweak it, but we're not just going to change it just purely off public opinion, right? We're absolutely willing to bend on a lot of stuff, but a few things we have a vision in mind, sure, whatever, but this is kind of communication we just don't get from other companies. Like even the game delay, which sucks, sure, whatever, but it's the delay for all the best reasons, because it was delayed purely off feedback from the fans, making the lobbies a lot more better, a lot more usable, that kind of stuff. So they are listening, and they're letting us know they're listening. Like, wow, what a concept, right? Certainly a stark shift from Arcsys of old, and other games they work on, like say Dragon Ball FighterZ, maybe they want to say some stuff but can't because they might make the game, but Bandai Namco's the one that makes all the decisions, so maybe their hands are tied on that front, so they're finally letting loose with Guilty Gear Strive. Whatever way you want to take it, it is definitely for the best for everyone involved, and I am so happy they're acting this way and just letting us in, you know, because as a community, we're one of the smaller video game communities, right? So I find it very good if we could have a better relation with our developers. And it's not just Capcom, it's not just Arc System Works, you know, it's just a lot of the companies overall. Heck, even SNK. King of Fighters 15 is not out just yet, but I can assure you, I know they are listening. From things like the producer Oda-san making a public statement, yes, King of Fighters 15 will have rollback netcode, because a lot of people were getting pretty antsy about it, and honestly, SNK kinda is famous for having like the worst of the worst netcode going back years ago, and now yes, they will have rollback netcode, and even stuff like the trailers that you're seeing right now. The very beginning, early on, like the Shunei trailer, it kind of really sucked, right? To be honest with you. And now the trailers are doing a lot better. Every week there's more interesting stuff. There's just a little bit more to glean and learn. And the Shermie trailer, oh my god, Shermie, you guys are animals. Okay, you guys are absolute animals. Calm down. And look forward to Shermie, but calm it down a notch. At least you guys are getting interested in a good and honest grappler. That's all I can say about that. But all these companies, in the end, they're making big turnarounds. There's a big, welcoming amount of communication where there never used to be before. And now, on the flip side, NetherRealm Studios. NRS used to be the standard. Hell, they're like the blueprint for all this stuff, right? Going back to MKX and the Combat Cast, and of course, the Combat Cast carried forward to MK11 as well. The Watchtower series for Injustice 2, they were the ones who were out there, like, actively talking to the community, telling everyone what's going on, you know, playing games with the community. Here's news, birthday shoutouts, hell, everything you could want, right? And then they went completely radio silent. So as of the time of me making this video, it's been roughly 150 days since the last time NRS has had anything to say about the state of Mortal Kombat 11. And it's not even the first time they've went radio dark either. Right after the launch of Aftermath, they went completely silent again up until the marketing blitz for like a week and a half or whatever for Ultimate. They put out Ultimate and then, hey, we're in the state we are right now. Now, it's not to say that there's nothing happening in the future of MK11, unless plans have changed. There's definitely supposed to be more stuff coming in the pipeline, but they can sure as hell just say something, you know? You don't got to give away all your marketing plans just to communicate with the community. Hell, I'd love to see just do a combat cast, have everyone shoot the shit, and just run some games with people, right? That would be nice. But it is very frustrating to see the people who used to be the exemplar of communication in fighting games just going absolutely silent on everybody. Could be the day after I make this video, then there's a big dump of info for like whatever next DLC, but it still wouldn't change the fact they've just gone dark on us. Especially in a time where we know there needs to be some changes, or hopefully preferably some changes in Mortal Kombat 11's balance as well, right? The game's in a pretty good state, but things can absolutely change. Things like Shiva's Stomp. Yeah, a lot of characters can deal with it if you know and you've labbed the matchup, but some characters still can't. And God forbid you didn't lab it, because then you're just kind of screwed, as we saw in a very public way with the AT&T Invitational not too long ago. Things like Shao Kahn being the worst character in the game for years now, 2 years. A lot of characters could definitely use a bit of an up on balance. Maybe some characters like Cetrion could be used a little bit of a tweaking down, sure. There is almost no explanation of why they make the balance decisions they do, and they're scared to make them. If you look at Street Fighter patch notes, you look at Tekken patch notes nowadays, there's a whole line of like, here's why we made the choices we made in these balance decisions. So even if you don't agree with it, at least you know why. NRS, you'll get patch notes you'll only find on the Warner Brothers support Twitter, not anywhere else. And then you'll just get a little list, and that's all we get. Things can certainly be a lot better on the NetherRealm front, and even if it's bad right now, hopefully in the future we get there. And don't get me wrong, don't mistake me here. I'm only critical of NRS because I love NRS, I love Mortal Kombat, I love Injustice, and I want to see them be the best they can be, and they used to be there, but they're not there anymore. It used to be the joke, Japanese developers were the worst, and now the JP devs, they're doing fantastic, and it is the American devs, the one who speak English, the language where the majority of their fan base is, they're the ones falling behind in communication, and frankly, that sucks. But I guess that's my ranting and rambling on the subject for now. So with that said, I want to know what you guys think about this. Are you happy with the way things are going, or maybe not so happy with NRS specifically, right? And what are your thoughts on the general shift we're seeing with just the culture of fighting game development? Because it has definitely been shifting over the last year and a half or so. So put that in the comments below, and that's it for me, and that's it for this video. So thank you very much for watching. Hope this video has found you well. Go out and play some fighting games.
Love, yeah.